What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. Today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to replace your tap handles and your spindles all for under $30. Let's get straight into it, guys. Let's do this. So we need to replace the washers on these taps here, but after having a look at the actual handles, you can see that one there is very deteriorated, old, worn out, and actually missing components. So what we're going to be doing is replacing the whole tap set here, meaning the spindle, the washer, and the handles for less than $30. You're doing the exact same job, trying to get to the washer anyway, so we might as well replace it all in one go. The first thing you need to do is shut off the main water supply so that you can undo everything. We're working in an apartment or unit complex here, meaning that the shut-off system or the shut-off valve is going to be inside the actual unit. Best place to always look for them is either in the kitchen, in the laundry, or in the bathroom. So we're working in the laundry here and it's actually under this tub. I'll show you guys what that looks like so you know what to look for and how to switch it off. So this here is our shut-off valve for the unit. All we need to do is just turn this one here over to the right, and that water is now shut off. So once the main water supply has been shut off, we can then open up these taps, release any pressure or water that may still be in there. Next thing we're going to do is remove this outer cap here. Sometimes you can undo it by hand. If not, just simply take an adjustable wrench or spanner, crack that one there open. And we're just going to discard this one because we're replacing the taps completely. Now we've got our little cover plate that's spring loaded here. Usually you can just simply pull these out. However, depending on how old the taps are, you can see there it just builds up with a lot of gunk. So you may have to just force that one there out, remove that one, and now we've got direct access to our little spindle here. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So the cap is already missing off this one here, so we can just remove the handle. Once again, need a bit of pressure on this because it is seized with gunk in there. All right, we'll pull that cover plate off, and once again, we've now got access to our spindle. So once the handles are removed, we've got direct access to our spindle. You can see these little grooves here on the back. We need to use an adjustable wrench to remove this. However, a lot of times they're recessed into the wall. People have tiled up and out so that you won't be able to actually get a good bite on there. What you do in this case, and honestly, I do it vast majority of times, is just simply use some tube spanners. You can see the little head there is interchangeable with different sizes. This is going to be the best way to remove it, and it saves you breaking your tiles. So you can see there, simply bites on top, and then we can use an adjustable wrench and rotate this one back, or use the rod that it comes with to turn it by hand. So I'll quickly put the camera back up on the tripod now that you've seen a close up there, and we'll remove this one here as well. All right, so we're going to bite on with our adjustable wrench. Make sure that's all nice, firm and square so that you don't round anything off. Break that one there off to the left, and then you can undo the rest by hand. All right, once we've got our spindle out, you want to make sure that the washer has also come out with it, which you can see in this case here, there's pretty much nothing left. That's the reason why it was running and dripping. The actual rubber's disappeared. So what we're going to have to do next is actually check inside and make sure that the washer's not still stuck in there. And if it is, we have to remove it. So if you have a close look inside there, you can still see the rubber is actually pressed up against the seat, and we need to remove that one. So that one's most likely fused onto there. So it might take a little bit of effort. We're going to use a little flathead screwdriver, and we're also going to use some needle nose pliers. I find that's the best way to do it. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see without the light. We'll first try our flathead screwdriver. You want to push it into the hole. See if you guys can see there. Going to be very, very hard, but hopefully you get the point. We put it into the middle of the hole and then try and pull it back towards yourself without pushing it inside. You want to remove it back out. Okay, so now we've got a little piece of that hanging out. We're going to use the needle nose pliers, bite onto it. You don't want to bite too hard because it may be very brittle and it might crumble inside. We've now got this washer out, and we have to look inside, make sure there's nothing left in there. So I'll quickly grab the light, have a quick look inside, and that looks nice and clean now. So we're going to do the exact same thing on this side here. So we're going to do the same thing here. Insert the tube spanner, get a nice good grip, break that one there off. or break the seal, I should say. Hopefully you don't break it off. Remove that spindle. Once again, we've got the exact same problem. So you can see there, we've got the plastic of the actual washer. However, there's supposed to be a little rubber section on top, which is completely disappeared. And if we can see inside, which I'm going to show you guys in a second, this one here is actually deteriorated completely. So even when you did close the tap into the closed position, we've got a little gap there where there's actually a piece that's completely missing, and that's the reason why these taps continuously ran. We're going to quickly pull this one here out after I show you what it looks like. All right, so if you have a look inside, you can see the bottom of the washer is completely missing and the rest of it is very deteriorated. So we're going to do the same thing, screwdriver, try and pull it out from the middle, and then use our little needle nose pliers and try and pull that one out, making sure that nothing breaks off and gets stuck inside. Same thing, fish that one there out. And that there is what's left of our washer. So I'm going to quickly turn on the torch, make sure there's nothing left inside. So that one there is nice and clean. We can now get started on installing our new taps. So this here is the tap set that we're going to be replacing it with. From memory, it was about $30. So if we open this one here up, we'll leave this one here on the side. A lot of people don't know what that's actually for. We've got our two little handles. Might just place this one here on the side, show you what it looks like. So we've got our handle right here with our little cold sticker. We'll put that one there on the side. This one here will be our hot. Once again, put that one there on the side. Next thing in the box is our cover plate. So you can see we've got a nice shiny brand new cover plate here. We'll drop this one here on the side as well. Second one, once again, cover plate, and now we've got our spindles. So we'll open up the box that has our spindles in there. We've got two spindles. We can remove these little plastic covers that are on there. If you don't like the washers, you can replace these washers for better quality ones, or you can leave these ones here on as well. They're generally pretty good as well. So we're going to thread this one here on by hand. Same thing on the other side. So once we've got these on hand tight, we can then take our tube spanner once again, slide that over the top, and we're going to tighten this one here up. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, once we've got that one there done, we can take our two new cover plates. These ones here will thread straight on. A little bit of a different design, but much nicer and easier to remove in the future. Once again, thread these ones here on until they're nice and flush up against the tiles. We can then take our little handles. On the right side will be your cold, on the left side is your hot. So we want to put this one here on. We thread our little cold symbol on top. Now this little piece of plastic here, this is actually just simply to tighten up that cap. So if you hold on to the cross section there of the handle, slide that on top. Not sure if you guys could see, but that actually sits over the top. And you can just simply rotate and twist that one there on nice and tight. We'll do the same thing for our hot. And once again, we'll tighten this one here on as well. So now we've got the taps completely installed. You'll notice that it's actually in the open position. That's generally how it comes from factory. So we're just going to tighten that one there up until it's closed. Back it back off just a little bit, just in case there's a little bit of debris in there. We're going to get it to flush straight through this spout here. Once again, close it almost all the way up. All right, and now we can turn our main water supply back on. So let that run for a couple seconds. Then you can go through, shut off your cold, shut off your hot. That'll drain the excess water that's coming through this spout here. And there you have it, guys. Nice and simple, literally for about $30, and honestly take you probably 10-15 minutes of your time. You've got a brand new set of taps. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video and you've learned something new. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Billshowto.